2026, and Chinese cars are everywhere. They look stunning, and the tech is next level. But here's the reality. Some are as reliable as a Toyota, while others are total disasters. Choose wrong, and you're stuck with a dead gearbox and no parts for months. The old game is over. Chinese brands are taking over at insane speed, creating a minefield for buyers. But today, we're cutting through the noise. We're revealing 3 brands to avoid and 4 surprising winners that deliver elite quality. Subscribe for honest reviews. And let's start with the first brand you should approach with caution. Let's be real. Picking the absolute worst brands is tough. But based on owner reports and real market feedback, these 3 are the ones you should think twice about in 2026. Number 3. BAIC. BAIC, Beijing Automotive Industry Holding Company, is a massive state-owned giant. They're expanding globally, and some of their cars look sharp. But there's a dark cloud hanging over the brand when it comes to long-term reliability and getting your car fixed. Across owner forums, especially outside China, a pattern keeps showing up. Parts failing way too early. One BJ40 owner reported a noisy steering axle, a faulty seatbelt, and even a broken gearbox. Yes, it was under warranty, but that's weeks of wasted time at the dealership. Others mention interiors that look great on day 1, but start fading, cracking, or developing rattles as the months go by. And the biggest red flag? After-sales support. In many of the new markets BAIC is entering, the service network simply isn't ready. Owners report painfully long waits for spare parts, some taking weeks or even months to arrive. A minor fender bender can turn into a full-blown nightmare. BAIC is trying to improve, but with all this real-world feedback, buying one in 2026 is still a gamble. Number 2. Chery, specifically some Tigo models. Okay, this one is complicated. Chery as a whole is an absolute powerhouse. It has been China's top passenger car exporter for 23 straight years, and it performed extremely well in the 2025 J.D. Power China studies. So why is it on the caution list? Because even within a great brand, you can still have problem children. Certain popular models, like the Tigo 7 Pro and Tigo 8 Pro, have generated a surprising number of owner complaints that clash with the brand's otherwise stellar reputation. While plenty of drivers are happy, a very vocal group has reported a cluster of similar issues. Problems with the turbocharged engines, serious turbo lag, or in some cases, engines using too much oil. Glitchy electronics are another recurring theme. Infotainment systems that freeze, faulty driver aid sensors, and even digital dashboards going completely dark. You can find videos from owners showing creaky interior panels and materials that just don't hold up over time. It's the classic story of a brand growing so fast that sometimes quality control simply can't keep up on every single car. Now at number 1, FAW, First Automotive Works. FAW is one of China's oldest and largest car companies, with deep roots in the country's industrial history. But when you look at the passenger cars they sell under their own name in export markets, the story has been one of struggle and inconsistency. This makes FAW a brand to be extremely cautious of in 2026. FAW's track record outside China is patchy at best. They launched in places like Mexico and South Africa years ago, but their passenger cars never really took off, while their commercial trucks became far more recognizable. The root of the problem, echoed in countless owner stories online, comes down to 2 things: vehicle reliability and a serious lack of spare parts. There are widespread reports of owners waiting months for basic replacement parts, turning what should be a simple fix into a full-blown nightmare. This points to a fragile, underdeveloped support network in many of the countries FAW is trying to enter. And while FAW has successful partnerships building cars for brands like Toyota and Volkswagen inside China, that quality doesn't always seem to carry over to their own exported models. Given the inconsistent history and the significant issues with parts and service, buying an FAW passenger car in 2026 is a big risk for the average person. All right, now for the fun part. Section 2. 4 surprising winners for incredible value. These are the brands that aren't just playing catch-up anymore. In many ways, they're leading the pack. These are the winners of 2026, delivering big on quality, tech, and serious bang for your buck. Winner number 4, Changan. Changan is a brand that proves you don't have to break the bank to get solid engineering. In the 2025 J.D. Power China Initial Quality Study, Changan ranked among the top domestic brands, tying for 3rd. This is a company that takes quality control seriously. The heart of Changan's reliability is its Blue Core engine technology. These engines have been pushed through extreme durability tests. And while their marketing mentions a Guinness World Record for continuous operation, the real takeaway is simple. They've proven to be tough in real-world driving. In a 100,000-kilometer endurance demonstration in the Philippines, ACS 35 Plus reportedly held up in excellent condition, only needing normal wear and tear parts. That kind of performance shows long-term stability and predictable maintenance costs. 2 of the biggest worries for any car buyer. Models like the CS75 Plus have earned a reputation for being dependable vehicles that feel much more expensive than they actually are. For anyone wanting a modern, reliable car without paying a premium price, Changan has become a very smart choice. Now, if you want to see just how far Chinese cars have come, just look at Geely, winner number 3 on our list. This is the company that bought legendary brands like Volvo and Lotus, and they absorbed all that world-class engineering and applied it directly to their own cars. And it worked. By 2025, Geely had already become one of the largest auto groups on the planet. In the 2025 J.D. Power China Initial Quality Study, Geely scored impressively, tying for 3rd place among Chinese brands, right alongside Changan. What makes Geely a true winner is how it blends real quality with sharp design and genuinely advanced tech. Some have even called its high-end EV brand, Zeekr, the Chinese Volvo of EVs, because its build quality is just that good. And that same philosophy is spreading across the entire Geely group. With a footprint in over 80 countries and a rapidly growing base of satisfied owners, Geely has flat out earned its place on the world stage. But Geely isn't the only surprise in 2026. Winner number 2, Chery. Wait a second, isn't this the brand we just warned you about? Yes, and this is the most shocking and important truth about the Chinese car market. It's a paradox. While you do need to be careful with a few specific models, Chery as a whole is a giant of reliability and export success. The brand ranked number 1 among all Chinese domestic brands in the 2025 J.D. Power China IQS study. For 23 years in a row, Chery has been China's number 1 exporter of passenger cars. You don't build a record like that by making bad cars. You do it with disciplined engineering and by building affordable cars that are made to last. Models like the Tiggo 8 Pro, despite some owner complaints, are also praised for their solid engineering and family-friendly space. Chery's core philosophy has always been about reliability. They build cars for real people, focusing on trust. So while you should still do your homework on the exact model you're eyeing, Chery's overall track record and top-tier quality rankings make it a brand you can trust in 2026. And at the number 1 spot, the undisputed king of the new car world, BYD. In 2025, BYD did what many thought was impossible. It officially overtook Tesla to become the world's largest electric car maker by sales volume. Reports show BYD sold around 2.26 million pure electric cars, pulling comfortably ahead of Tesla's 1.64 million. By late 2025, BYD had also become the 4th largest automaker in the world by market value. But this isn't just about sales numbers. It's about a fundamental advantage in technology. BYD is a monster in the battery world. Its innovative Blade battery is famous for being incredibly safe and remarkably durable. Because BYD makes its own batteries and computer chips, it holds a massive advantage in both quality control and cost. Models like the BYD Seal and Dolphin have earned 5-star safety ratings in Europe's tough NCAP crash tests, proving they're among the safest cars you can buy. They blend performance, efficiency, and futuristic tech in a way that other car makers are scrambling to copy. BYD isn't just a Chinese car brand anymore. It's a global automotive leader. And in 2026, it stands as our top recommendation for value, technology, and reliability. The world of Chinese cars is no longer a simple story about cheap copies. It's a complicated battlefield of incredible innovation and some lingering old-school quality problems. We've seen the brands you need to be cautious about: FAW, BAIC, and even specific Chery models, where owner reports suggest a real gamble on reliability and parts support. But we've also seen the undeniable winners: Changan with its tough-as-nails blue-core engines, Geely blending its own efficiency with Volvo's engineering DNA, Chery, the export king that, despite a few hiccups, still tops quality charts. And finally, BYD, the new global leader that has completely changed the game. The gap between the good and the bad is closing fast, but it's still a minefield out there. Knowing which brand to trust is the single most important part of finding a fantastic deal. Now I want to hear from you. Would you buy a Chinese car in 2026? Drop a comment below and tell me which brand you trust the most. And if this video helped you out, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss our next deep dive. Thanks for watching.